my spooky children, it's me Ghost Girl and I'm here with you guys for another video. So in today's video I'm going to be doing my makeup and continuing the story that I was telling you about last time. So I'm going to start this makeup look by applying the YSL All Hours Concealer. So I think the bit that we left off was where basically I was sitting on a park bench talking to Parasite Boy and I told him a joke, but honestly for the life of me I can't actually remember what the joke was, and he was very immature about it and he got offended by this joke, and then instead of being like, you know, that offended me, he stormed off, right, and left me in the park myself. And then I came home to like a bunch of like abusive messages, and then he was like sending me like abusive messages all the time. I had to block him on social media and I had to block his number because it was just all the time. And then when I was at school, he started bullying me at school as well and calling me names and slagging me off, and just, it wasn't a very pleasant experience. And then I just avoided him after that, and then like a year later, I want to say we were like 15, I'm going to talk about some of the boys at the start of the story. So for all you that watched like the first video, which was kind of like a spooky theme for Spookfest, and I just never got round to telling the story because I was working a lot and had a lot of things going on in my personal life. It was meant to be a story for Spookfest, but it didn't work out that way. So now, while I've got time and days off, I'm trying to actually finish the story, but I'm just going to be doing it in the form of like chat doing makeup tutorials, because I don't just want to leave the story the way it was. So in the first video I spoke about how Parasite Boy was bullying the wee boy. My friend, who was that wee boy's big brother, defended his little brother and whacked him over the head with a blunt object. Well, by this point, me and my friend were like very close by this point, and he had came out to me, and I remember actually being happy that he had came out to me, because he actually came out to me before he actually came out to his parents, which is another matter I'm going to get into for another day. That's not a story for today. But I remember he did eventually come out publicly, and this is not a coincidence considering the situation. Parasite Boy, who had basically been watching me and him from a distance for, I'd say, over a year now, and he'd been watching my mate especially closely for a few years now. And one thing that I've learned about Parasite Boy, which I think the rest of you should know about, is he's got a taste for revenge, even though it's not really revenge, because I never did anything to the boy, and my mate was only defending his wee brother, but this guy is literally a parasite, hence why I keep calling him Parasite Boy. And he's so used to getting his way all the time that when things don't go as what he wants, he feels the need to go out and do something sinister. So he's quite a sinister person. The reason why I feel like he's a sinister person right now, and this is quite bad what he's done, but it's only just the start. So basically, as soon as my mate came out the closet publicly, he just happens to come out the closet as bisexual. Do you see where I'm going there? Right? And honestly, I don't even think the guy's bisexual. I think he was just making the whole thing up as a plot to get back at me and my mate. So, anyway, all of a sudden he comes out as bisexual, and then he starts speaking to my mate and messaging him on Facebook and that. And then all of a sudden the two of them are getting all chummy, and then I'm like speaking to my mate at break time, and then all of a sudden he's coming and joining us and speaking to him. And then all of a sudden my mate tells me that he's a crush on Parasite Boy, and I'm like, where on earth did this come from? Because you were completely uninterested in him before. I had actually been alluded to the fact that he had a crush on another boy. So when he comes out and tells me that he's got a crush on Parasite Boy, I'm like, where is this coming from? Like, because you told me you had a crush on, I'm just going to call him Jay, this other boy, but all of a sudden you don't have a crush on him anymore, you've got a crush on Parasite Boy. Like, what is going on here? So that was strange. I feel like there was definitely some form of manipulation going on there, right? And then all of a sudden the two of them start getting really flirty, and I'm like, this is weird. And then all of a sudden Parasite Boy starts being really horrible to me, calling me all the names under the sun, like what he did before. And then my mate was so head over heels in love with him apparently, and he was just letting Parasite Boy bully me and wasn't sticking up for me, which, now that I think about it, mate, he was quite a bad friend at that point, cause most friends wouldn't let their crush or whatever, you know, if they were a decent friend, bully their best mate. Do you know what I mean? There was something that he could have done there. Could have tried to at least negotiate with a Parasite Boy, but that never happened. And then apparently Parasite Boy was telling my mate all these things, like he loved him and he cared for him and all that. And then it wasn't until all this was over, but my friend did eventually come to me and tell me that Parasite Boy did sexually assault him. So it's like, is he bisexual? Is he not? I don't know. It was just a big mess, and I think he's a scum of the earth. And I'm trying so hard not to swear right now, because stuff like this does make me angry for doing that. And then apparently after it happened, like a literally days within what happened, Parasite Boy is saying to my mate that he's ugly, that he's minging, that he's this and that he's that, and that he didn't actually like him. So I'm just like, what the hell just happened? And then I was like, oh my god, my mate has just been played and taken advantage of and assaulted, which is just an evil thing to do. I mean, that's like what sinister adults do, like in horror movies and stuff. It's not something that you would expect like a 15-year-old kid to do. I mean, saying that, don't get me wrong, teenagers are evil, but it's quite a complex, sinister thing. It was after all this had happened that my mate had told me, you know, that when he was in primary school, Parasite Boy was bullying his wee brother, and he defended the wee brother and hit him with a blunt object. And I'm like, well, I feel like Parasite Boy did this to you out of some way of getting back to you for that, even though it was him in the wrong to start with. And then I feel like he was using you to get to me because he's got some weird agenda against me for no reason. I told a stupid joke on a park bench, so what? And then, like, he's thought, why not kill two birds with one stone? I'll get them both back. Unless he, like, knew that I was friends with my mate all along, like, away at the start, and he's used me to get to him, like, I don't know, and he just hates me because I was his friend, and he was just kind of using me to get to him. I don't know, but it still doesn't explain his more recent behaviour. Oh, I don't think I'll ever get the answers that I want from this. But anyway, so after kind of all that had happened, I left school, and when I was 16 I went to college, and when I was at college, Parasite Boy started hanging out with these dodgy characters. So he started hanging out with, for the lack of better term, baneful magic users. Like, this guy classes himself as a warlock, and he uses like baneful magic, which is like spells and hexes and curses that like can really harm an individual. And I will get into that at a later date. For now, we're just going to focus on getting the rest of the makeup on. So the makeup that I just used was the Clinique foundation, and now I'm going to be applying the Love and Kisses blusher that I got out of an advent calendar. So now that the blusher has been applied, I'm going to be applying the translucent baking powder by Revolution, which also just happens to be from an advent calendar. So now that the powder has been applied, I'm going to be applying a shade from the I Love Revolution Curses and Hexes palette, and I'm going to be applying this blue, dark blue shade here, shade Ghoulish. Now that the eye makeup has been applied, I'm going to be applying the NYX On The Rise Volume Uplifting Mascara. Now that the mascara has been applied, I'm going to be applying the NYX Diamond Sparkle Lip Gloss. So that is now my makeup look complete. I hope you have enjoyed this video today. If you did, then please like this video, comment down below, subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified when my next videos comes out. Also, don't forget to share this video and follow me on my socials. I'm on Twitter and I'm on Patreon, and if you follow me on Twitter and become a patron of mine, I'd be very grateful for that. Also, people that are on my Patreon, the higher tiers get early access to content 7 to 10 days before the content is then released to the lower tiers. I do tarot card readings on my Patreon. I also do private psychic readings which involve tarot, channel messages from spirit and scrying. So if you would like a private reading from me, private readings are £30. Please email me if you would like a private reading. My email is linked in the description down below. So that is everything from me today, my spooky children. Goodbye.